شنیدید صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن صدای متجاوز به صدای حق و حقیقت است. آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلوده استودیو
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey, guys. Hi. Evening.
So, hey, it's Monday night. I know you guys are probably expecting Elizabeth and that Valley girl. They're both under the weather. So,
the ice raid's got them all.
That's the story. You're sticking to it?
Well, Italian girls will look like a lot like Latino girls, and Valley girl, well, she's in Valley.
Right.
All of California shall be deported.
I know, right?
John Carpenter's escape from L.A. Turned to a prison island.
Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a crazy weekend, hasn't it?
About it.
I don't know about crazy weekend, but Monday's definitely not starting off on the right foot.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
I was talking about looks like we've got some political violence going on. I mean, we've gone straight up assassination. I mean, Tim Paul says it all the time. But civil war, anyone? Is that what we're looking at?
Hey,
yeah.
War game to Civil War last Friday.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so what do we got here?
we got a little Communist News Network.
Oh, yay. Who's taking this one? I didn't get an outline. Well, I got one. I just refused to read it because I'm a superstar. All right, who's taking this one?
I got it up.
Oh, man.
Or you go for it, Rick. Go ahead, Brian.
43 hours, 4 victims, and one alleged assassin. Minnesota's largest manhunt in history came to an end. It was about 3:35 a.m. Saturday when 2 Brooklyn Park police officers approached home former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman. Instinct had led them there, spurred on by a 911 call 90 minutes earlier from the daughter of State Senator John Hoffman. Masked man had come to the door of their home in nearby Champlin, she said, and shot the senator and his wife, the first violent act in a string of them that would set in motion the largest manhunt in state history. Brooklyn Park officers went to proactively check on Hortman. When they reached the home of the Speaker Emeritus, someone had beaten them there. A police SUV was parked in a driveway, and with its emergency lights flashing, a man dressed like a police officer was at the open door. But it wasn't a police officer. His imposter had used the trust of his badge and his uniform to gain entry in the home. Brooklyn Park Police Chief Mark Burley said what later that morning. He shot another man just inside, then he turned the gun on Brooklyn Park police before vanishing in an ensuing gunfight. Leading his wake, 4 people shot, 2 of them fatally. The latest apparent victims of a rising tide of political violence affecting the United States. All right, have you guys followed any of the Twitter or anything on this?
No.
Mm-mm.
I'm busy being an adult working.
A little bit. I know enough to know that this isn't a nobody. This isn't this guy is not just yeah, you could technically call him a lone wolf because he was basically doing this by himself. This guy, Vance Bolter, had a pretty good resume.
Read me in. I'm in the dark here. Read me in.
Let me pull up. Let me share this X feed, this X post I've got here, and I've seen this from multiple sources. Dr. Bolter, this is from Teddy Roosevelt. I love the X names on these. His bio on the Minnesota Africans United website. This guy is an activist.
Okay.
Well,
So
Dr.
you love
Bolter,
that Black Lives Matter people.
Full-time for some of the largest companies in their field, such as Del Monte, Tesoro, Marathon Speedway, and 7-Eleven. So he did some management stuff at some point. Says worked at 3 gas stations and a banana warehouse and called himself a doctor and a reverend. Heck, I worked at McDonald's and Long John Silver's in high school. Maybe I should rebrand that experience. This post is good. Quote, the Dr. Reverend Teddy Roosevelt was a vital contributor and essential component of 2 global restaurant conglomerates who served millions of customers in high-volume, globally recognized culinary operations. Okay, that's just his thing, his shtick. But let's look at this. Look at these. I looked at these websites. This is legit. Minnesota Africans United. Bolter worked full-time for some of the largest blah, 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 blahs. He worked in operations, technical services, quality services, continuous improvement. He has experience in Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Here's some more things on him. Here's his LinkedIn. He was CEO of Red Lion Group. Red Lion Group, I believe, if I can do it real quick, Red Lion Group. I had it up a little bit ago. They did some other, I think that's the group that had to do, because this is Minneapolis, St. Paul. I believe this has to do with his activism stuff. He's a deep lefty. This guy went after these these lawmakers for breaking ranks with Democrats. And then he was going after Democrats and Republicans alike. Why this guy that had such a wide, breadth of skill sets, being in management myself, it's like, why would you go shooting people? Like, you got that cushy middle management job. Collect that check, bro. Why are you putting people in graves? That's what I want to know.
Boredom.
Boredom. No, it's
Opportunity knocks, and like any good person, they answer the door.
It's wild. It's wild to see this kind of thing. Oh, where's the other? There was another. Let me just share this again. Here's the feed of just the X stuff that I found here. Some of this is the camera feed from security cam when he's coming up. He's got a latex mask. It's not even like a great one. This is like something you pick up and you're gonna do, a haunt on Halloween for.
The dude looks like Dollar General Hitman or Agent 47.
I know, right?
47.
Yep. He's not a nobody. They got him.
Let's see. I found I got a post from Data Republican.
Wait, was that him wearing a MAGA hat?
No, it's just a
No, scroll back up about 2 clicks. There you go.
Oh, somebody put it on him.
Okay.
Photo of Vance Bolter being arrested as he's been released, and it's obvious it's fake.
Okay.
Because people are saying this is some crazy MAGA guy. It's like, no, he wasn't a crazy MAGA guy. He wasn't.
He was crazy leftist guy.
Yeah. What you got from Data Republican over there? Data Republican puts some good stuff out sometimes.
Oh yeah, Data Republican. She was on Crowder for his riot coverage stream. I had no idea she was deaf.
Yeah, hit that show more. I want to, and zooming in a little bit, is talking about the Red Line group. There's no real paper trail. Side business and security services looks like a cash grab.
This sounds like a shell game to me.
But more I dug, the more different it looks. Bolter was a 7-Eleven manager, consistently promoted himself as a corporate executive. So maybe he's like a catch me if you can kind of guy, where he just kind of like claims to be whatever and just schmoozes his way in.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. Maybe he was just a master of getting the resume down right. Because like anybody who's worked over a retail counter for a large business like McDonald's can technically say that you were handling transactions on a daily basis for a multi-billion-dollar company. And it looks really good on a resume.
Nobody can prove that you weren't a regional manager for Circuit City in the 90s. I'm just saying.
Blockbuster. You can always say, like, I was a night shift manager at Blockbuster. Who's going to believe you?
Exactly. I mean, I could, it was a, regional manager of Radio Shack.
I was the health and wellness checker at Toys R Us.
Now that just sounds creepy. That just sounds creepy.
Do you know how many Nerf darts I had to remove from a 5-year-old's nose? Dude, the stories I could tell you about kids putting shit up their nose. Just ham it up. Nobody's gonna question you. Like that sounds too on point for it to be fake.
Wow. It looks like this guy was just somebody who was just in a well, this is Data Republican's thing, narcissism and manipulation. And then he had a bunch of funding out of in the Congo, got cut off at some point. And then what happens to somebody when they're like, their whole shtick is riding on their charisma and the well dries up. Oh, I guess it's this then. Let's go shoot some people.
And that funding probably dried up because USAID shut down.
Oh,
dried up because he had too many OnlyFans subscriptions. Let's be honest here.
Well, when the other shoe drops, that's just more feet pics.
Yep. Speaking of the shoes dropping, there's some big shoes dropping.
We'll get to that at the international news story.
Oh, but the Damon babies.
No, we still got to talk about the mostly peaceful No Kings protest.
Ah, yes, the No Kings protest, where people were protesting about alleged king when they were tried to ram through their own unelected representative through, sublegal means and whatnot. Yeah, those people. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, this story comes from of all places. When I think of cities that typically have riots and violence and shit, it's Salt Lake City is not in my top 5.
My top 5 is Chicago, New York City, anywhere in California, and for some reason, Chicago again.
Instead of having Chicago twice, you should add Louisville, Kentucky, but yeah.
I mean, look, no job pays more than the Chicago school bus rear tail gunner.
I'd sign up for that. I don't know about the motion stick though. I just be on as long as it's got gyro stabilization in that ball cannon. I'm just saying, because you know what it's like to ride the back of the bus. Nobody likes to ride the back of the bus.
I drive an LLV. It's worse than riding in the back of a bus.
Any go-kart you can buy from Rule King or Tractor Supply Co., they've got better suspension systems than most male vehicles.
I believe it.
Maybe you should try a female vehicle.
But I'm pumped. All right, so this happened over the weekend. 2 people were shot, including a suspect in custody, during a No Kings protest in Salt Lake City, Utah over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So they're cannibalizing their own.
Pretty much. Salt Lake City Police Department investigating shooting occurred during a No Kings protest Saturday night. 1 person with critical injuries. Estimated 10,000 people marching at the time. Salt Lake City Police Chief Ryan Redd told me after 10 p.m., about 2 hours after the incident, gunshots were fired. Protesters were walking near 151 South State Street. Police responded immediately, finding one person with life-threatening injuries. It wasn't clear whether the first responding officers had heard or seen the shooting or what alerted them to the incident. Red said, officers, I got to zoom in on that, not barely. Witness reports. This is a different incident. People hunkering down there.
Oh no, leftist violence is running rampant during protest. Who could have foreseen this?
Well, Taylor
Exactly.
Hansen has a little bit of coverage on it. They don't really say a whole lot here about this guy, and they don't show his face.
It's probably because he's part of that, protected class.
Yeah, let's see what the indie journo Taylor Hansen has to say over on X. Check this out, guys. This is interesting. Mia. Boop, boop, boop. Arturo Gamboa, the man charged with murder at Salt Lake City's No Kings protest, was raised LDS in Utah by a Venezuelan immigrant father.
What does LDS mean?
LDS is Latter-day Saints. He's Mormon. He was a drummer in the radical anti-government punk band, Raid Band. In an interview, Gamboa described the U.S., quote, a steam train that's always been fueled by black and brown bodies.
That sounds oddly racist. All you think is Thomas the Tank Engine that runs off of black and brown bodies.
I mean, he's a steam train. Bodies of what? We know what he's talking about. Let's move on. He also shared an anti-Trump post in support of Antifa on his Facebook page and made a post about the electoral system, how the electoral system doesn't work, and how justice must be taken into the hands of the people by any means necessary. He was an avid supporter of BLM during 2020. So here's this guy here. He's got more hair in the photos of him.
Now, is this alleged or they have him in custody?
This is a guy they have in custody.
Okay.
Charged with murder.
Okay.
I believe. So here's some additional posts that he puts up. This guy, supported Black Lives Matter. Okay, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Here's his band.
You're cringe, dude.
Arturo's parade.
More footage.
Holding a Venezuelan flag pin. Utah against the police brutality. So here is a post with the latest details. Quite a confusing situation on the surface, as Arturo never actually fired a shot, but was shot by a peacekeeper, quote unquote, as he was brandishing his rifle toward the crowd. The peacekeeper who shot Arturo missed one of his shots, ultimately killing an innocent bystander. I actually remember this guy. He was on Project Runway. I vaguely remember this guy. My wife would probably notice him right off the rip.
So, do you watch trans shows?
Would you sit on the couch at night and that's what's on? You're going to watch it?
No. My dude, no. There's how many goddamn streaming services out there and you choose Runway?
I didn't choose it. If wifey wants to watch it and I'm on the couch with her and I want to sit and enjoy, I'm going to do that.
That's fair.
Anyway, thank you.
I'm going to punch you. You're about to see
So,
the use. There's an LA riot going to happen at Hobo's house.
photo of the alleged shooter from the No Kings protest is this guy here.
That's a guy?
That's a pretty square jaw if I ever saw one. And trust me, it's a guy with jaw in the name.
It's hard to see the photo.
Yeah.
But a dude or it's a very ugly woman.
So, yeah. We don't know about this peacekeeper in the high vest that fired 3 shots, but that person is cooperating with the police and has not been charged, which is interesting. So what we have here is a situation where Gamboa comes out and is raising his rifle, which anybody who knows who is raising a rifle at you you might want to defend yourself before they get a round off. So the
Oh,
guy who
Totally.
returned fire or got to fire first is not being charged. He was also cooperating. So that's interesting. That's a very interesting situation. So yeah, that's how that went down. We'll have to get some updates on that later.
Andy No posted some footage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is he? Was he on the rooftop? Korean rooftop? We got Koreans on the roof with good footage. What's up? You always have drop on the scene, bro. I'm just saying. I want them in my squad.
I was not gonna make the joke. Scrap Jaw made it for me.
I'm not missing that one. I'm not missing that shot.
Yay, Korean rooftops. The best security system anybody could want.
Ooh, so we got the peacekeeper here. There's actually two of them. Watch, there's a guy comes up next to him is also pointing. Or it might be a phone in his hand, but yeah. Interesting.
Damn it, dog. I've got a rope toy in my hand, and I'm playing with the dog to try and subdue her, and she keeps pulling me because I'm on a wheelie chair.
Yeah, you don't want to tie the dog to a wheelie chair. You've got like dog sled dogs, bro.
I've got a German Shepherd.
Working class dogs.
It is
Both.
a working class dog.
All right. Now that we've talked about blood in the streets of America, let's are we ready to talk about foreign affairs?
Why?
Yeah.
Both sides don't eat pork. Why do I care?
Right?
Look, it's a bacon wasteland. We're just gonna have to deal with it.
I don't know about a bacon wasteland. If anything, it's just a wasteland in general.
Mm.
Why are we funding this? That's my main question.
Yep.
And this isn't the whole, you're defending Israel. No, I'm defending my tax dollars. Why the fuck are we funding this? Excuse my French, or don't. I don't care.
I didn't know you were French.
No, I'm really not.
Oh.
I don't know the word surrender.
No excuses. Okay, so what's up, Brian?
You want to take this one away, Scrap?
I can. Let me
Appreciate that.
which link is this one? I can bring.
So let me just sum this up here from my understanding. Some angry people fired missiles at some other angry people, and now we have to be involved because we're friends with those angry people. Got it.
It happens that way sometimes. All right, a guide to the Israel-Iran war in maps, videos, and satellite images. A guide to the nuclear sites, residential areas, and military installations that have been hit during the conflict so far. Well, at least we'll know what all has been hit. Like, what does that cold open video? The news
That
station?
was the news. That was the central news station that got hit. Cold open video, yeah.
Wow. The conflict began Friday. It looked more real than CNN's previous attempts at being in a war zone. I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, that's true.
The conflict began Friday when Israel launched pre-dawn strikes that hit more than 100 targets, including nuclear facilities, missile sites, and killed military commanders and scientists. That attack set off an escalating series of tit-for-tat exchanges, raising fears and fears of a wider, more dangerous regional war. Residential areas in both countries have suffered deadly strikes since the hostilities broke out. As of Monday, Iran's health ministry said 224 people have been killed and 1,277 injured, while official Israeli sources said 23 civilians have been killed and nearly 60 injured. Was Israel hit? Reported Israeli strikes on Israel. I think there were some Tel Aviv hits. Possibly.
Why is there just a random pit crew team inflating a unicorn? What was that?
And
What in dear Lord was
You're
that?
watching the ads on the side of the screen.
No, it was
I
dead
don't
serious.
know.
I'm like, what is that?
it was,
My browser's doing some weird shit.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely tell someone's browser likes to go to Midway USA, which is a great website for all your hunting and shopping needs.
Absolutely.
I recently bought a deer feeder from them on clearance. I'm going to use it to feed the chickens because I am lazy.
So yeah, that map of all the strikes is actually pretty. Tells us Israel is very capable of hitting whatever they want, wherever they want to hit it, with whatever we've sold to them or given to them.
We've sold a lot to them.
Yeah. So let's.
Here's the part.
We're entirely.
This is what Iran has hit in Israel.
What is that? 6 dots?
1, 2, 3, about 7 or
One
8.
missile from there to the U.S. consulate in Tel Aviv.
There's about 20 of them, 20 or more spots in Iran that got smacked. Did you guys see the footage from an airliner?
No.
There was footage from an airliner that was showing the rockets going up. They were flying over Qatar, and you could see over the horizon the ICBMs going up. And there was even footage of some of the what do they call it? It's atmospheric, exo-atmospheric. When they're in space, they're in low orbit.
Yeah.
We were blowing them up in space, and they were creating these they look really cool. They almost look like fireworks, but better. Where they were intercepting these.
They're like what? $200,000 fireworks? Maybe more.
Forget Class A, Class B. These are classified.
S-tier fireworks.
S-tier fireworks.
Ooh, Crispies.
And that is people leaving Tehran.
As they should.
Yeah, allegedly they took out so many of Iran's top brass and staff that basically their government could be in collapse at this point.
So they pretty much did a decapitation strike then.
Yeah, they hit all the big wigs as quick as they could, and then anyone left over as reportedly left the country. I don't know if the Ayatollah is still around or any of that, but
now in this instance, correct me if I'm wrong, Israel was hit first, right?
Well, they would say October 7th.
Well, I mean, recently.
I mean, I think there was some recent tit for tat that was not huge, and then Israel was just waiting until they had everybody they could cut the head of the snake off with, you know.
Got it.
That's what this looks like to me. I mean, Israel isn't one to just go out there and just, you know, knock on their door and leave a flaming pile of crap there and say, ha ha. You know, no.
Will you please leave us alone?
Or to just take pot shots and see what hits.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's been the Hamas strategy for years, where they use all of those very rudimentary rockets where they just set them off on a ramp and they just fly wherever they go.
Yep. No plumbing in Gaza.
We're talking about the Israel that decided it was going to be they took the boss move, the high IQ play, and blew up everybody they could with pagers and then radios after that. They intercepted an entire shipment of radios and pagers and then turned them into plastic explosives that blew the hips out of every one of these guys before their time, you know? It's like, so Israel's not messing around. And
kudos to Israel. That's a very clever move. I never would have thought about using pagers.
Yeah. It's not an endorsement of it, but it's like...
No, not at all. Like, that's definitely thinking outside the box for sure.
Not only that, the whole reason why that worked, there was an entire psyop that went along with that, where they had convinced the Hamas or the Hezbollah guys that using cell phones was a bad idea, that they should communicate via pager because it's more secure.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like that's a lie.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lie.
When you're Israel and you have Pegasus, which can, you know, you can send it's a no-click exploit that takes over a device. It's a rootkit in a text message. So they have the most powerful spyware you could possibly put on whatever. And once Hezbollah, Hamas, whoever figured out, well, they know exactly where we're at when we're going to be there because we're always carrying these very highly trackable devices everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
There you go. That was a smart move if it wasn't for the fact that Israel was like, you know, 2 steps ahead of them.
Right.
And to your point there, Fluffy, about the kind of warfare tactics that they're using, it makes sense that they would hit hard, fast, and exactly the points where they want to hit at this point. Because now, I mean, what's going to happen? Is there even an Iran to go to war with at this point? I mean, they're still fighting because there's a military there, but who's in control?
I saw videos of Israeli fighter aircraft refueling over Iran airspace.
They've got
that means they have achieved complete air dominance over that airspace. Iran has no effective air defense left.
All I'm saying is the drunkard congressman, what the hell is his name?
Lindsey Graham?
Yeah, Lindsey Graham. He's going to be really mad because now he has to settle with sloppy seconds. That's all I'm saying. He's going to be really mad. Like, his hate boner for Iran is gone.
Yeah.
It's like finding out your mistress has multiple guys.
Did you see the propaganda from Iran? Some of these official accounts where
no, I don't listen to Muslims.
Oh no, it's absolutely hilarious. The one photo they posted an F-35, but it's photoshopped into like a giant area outside of an Iranian city, and all the people standing around it look like it's, you know, as if it was Gulliver's Travels, because the F-35 is way out of scale compared to the town.
I think
it looks like a giant airship compared to the people there. It's like,
yeah, I remember looking at that going, I know the F-35 is not that large.
It's absolutely stupid.
They tried to make it look like it was ants eating like a thrown away food. It was really weird. I don't know if I would consider that propaganda, but it's definitely like, you're bored.
Right.
There was a war going on, right? Like, and you're doing this? At least make it look good.
Yeah, dude. I did. I found this is such a great, it's not even like one post. The memes are great. This is going to be the meme review. Whoa, I can't believe Iran shut down this F-35.
Oh yeah, the one below is the one I saw.
Yep.
Yeah,
that one.
No, that's it.
That's so great.
If anything, this just proves that whoever made the F-35s are giants compared to those people.
You know, the
Nephilim.
Right.
It's the size of a C-17 at least.
Or it'd be like the demoralization campaign America did during this Cold War, where we airdropped extra large condoms to the Russians to make them think that Americans were hung like horses.
Oh, it's funny. Iranian ace pilot shoots down the third confirmed F-35 with his personal weapon before jumping back into his aircraft. Confirmed footage from the Ministry of Defense. This is a miracle. Oh no!
Battlefield 4, really?
Oh, that's funny.
That's a clip from Battlefield 4 that somebody animated because somebody did that in like a ranked match and it blew their minds. Like, there's no way you can do that in real life. Yeah, no shit, it's a video game.
Oh, that's great. No.
Yeah, back to the real world.
I just want to say real fast, that is a horrible advertisement placement. The title of the news article says, "Never seen anything like this. 6 dead amidst devastating West Virginia flash floods." And at the very top, it says, "Flash sale, $5 off your first year." That is a really bad advertisement placement. It's really bad.
If you've ever been to West Virginia, it's a lot of poverty and casinos. I'm just saying.
This is in bad taste today.
It's a little bit on
probably
the nose.
the Kentucky Lotto ads. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Kentucky Lotto. Oh, it's because of you. It's your fault, Brian.
That's my fault.
Over there doing what
Dead
Brewers do.
amid devastated flooding in West Virginia flash floods. Yeah, there were some pretty heavy storms come through this weekend.
We were supposed to get a bunch of storms here in Indiana, but they seem to have gone away, and all we got left was Texas heat.
Mm-hmm.
We got some storms this afternoon where I am. Actually came at the right time of day to cool things off enough so the sun was down low enough that it didn't heat everything back up with all the humidity. Flash flooding from torrential rains over the weekend left 6 people dead and 2 others missing in West Virginia as the state began cleanup efforts ahead of more severe weather, officials said on June 16th. Flash flooding began June 14th, about 3 to 4 inches of rain falling over a short period of time. Ohio County near Pennsylvania border said the West Virginia governor's office said in an update the flooding then continued June 15th. Marion County, 4 inches of rain, according to the city of Fairmont, according to the governor's office. Wheeling and nearby Triadelphia and Valley Grove areas were hit the hardest. Oh, I was in that area not too long ago when I went wheeling up with Brock and them.
Yeah, you would have been a little north of that, but yeah.
Well, I drove through that. I drove through there going up to the casino because I stayed the Thursday night in the casino up there, which is a disappointment. If I was a gambler, I would have been mad. I just went there because I expected, hey, casino, cheap buffets, not this one. I do not recommend that not your casino.
Dude, this is a wild footage right here.
Oh, that one apartment building?
Oh, that is just the whole city block had Taco Bell before the night before.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Can you imagine being the handyman to answer that call? Yeah, we gave the old folks Taco Bell before the evening night. You what?
Dude, I hope ServPro has enterprise solutions.
What am I looking at there?
It's
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh!
That's crazy. It's coming off. I wonder if the roof, how those roofs are flat and they have drainage, but there's that.
so it just
around it.
pushed the whole. It just pushed the whole wall off.
Yeah.
That, and it probably flooded the top of the roof. The roof was probably clogged, the drainage, and so you end up. So the weight of water is about 8.5 pounds per gallon.
I have a feeling whoever built that wall said good enough for government work and walked away.
It's very likely that just the water on top of that building was probably enough to destroy it.
Yeah,
let alone what was running out the bottom.
For that, though?
It's supposed to be.
Oof.
It could have also been, an older building.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Oh, here's another vid.
Now, if this was really West Virginia, there'd be a good old boy with a John boat going down the river, be like, "I'm off work for the week, boys."
I bet you anything that Amish, I bet, are going to be in there helping out and rebuilding.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to see videos over the coming months of, guys out there with their excavators, and we already went there. Nothing compares to what happened in Carolinas. With
let's just hope they don't get fined and harassed by the government for trying to help.
Yeah, with West Virginia, I'd be surprised, but then again, we've been surprised the other way with West Virginia too.
I don't know. I feel like with the state the world is in right now, like the first responders and whatnot are going to go there to help, and the West Virginia people are going to be standing there with guns saying, "You can go back the other way you came. You can drop off that water you got there, but go away." Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is southern West Virginia, right?
No, this is Ohio River Valley. Ohio River Valley. This is not southern West Virginia. If you're talking Ohio County, You're on. You should.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
river. I don't know if this is the Ohio River here, but it's close. Okay,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the river also usually a floodplain?
generally, I mean, it depends on where you're at. I think the biggest thing is not necessarily living down by the river. It's living in places where the water is going to rush out of the hills and come down to wherever you're at. That massive amount of rain has to run off, and if it can't run off fast enough, it's going to just wash whatever is there. There's when you drive through that area, it's constant, watch for falling rocks kind of things. You'll see nets that are set up on the sides where they have cut the roads out.
Oh yeah, we've been through the mountains before.
Yeah. So
I mean, just around here, you go through a road cut, that's been cut through basically a limestone bedrock hill, and after a rain, when you drive through there, you're going to see natural springs of water just pissing out of the rock.
Yep. Good old southern Indiana has a bunch of those.
Mm-hmm.
this 4 inches 30 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds about what you get every night.
Bro, look at that radar.
This is Harley, Virginia.
That's nuts.
February
Here's where it came
Virginia.
from. There's West Virginia.
2025. Harley Road.
That's crazy.
That's definitely a strong meaning of rain on my parade. Holy hell.
Absolutely. We're not going to talk about parades.
Why not?
Here's a better map. So Wheeling, there's Pittsburgh. Yeah, you were kind of in that area there, bud. So you were right. This would have been, there's 77 up. And then this area right here, we usually go wheeling out there sometimes. Not in Wheeling, but we go four-wheeling and stuff out that way sometimes. All this stayed just south of some of our friends.
Must be nice to have days off.
Sometimes you just have more work to do. But yeah, that's crazy. So here's the Ohio River right here in Marietta. So these are the counties we're talking about. And then over here you can see part of Maryland, and there's your Pennsylvania. They got slammed. They got slammed, boys. Prayers, and hope people are all right down there.
Sure.
What we got left? What's left on the docket, bro?
Well, we got a little game we like to call Caption This. Only tonight, we're going to change it up a little bit. So what I have AI generated image here is of two kinds of what many consider to be the ultimate in canine cuteness. The Australian Shepherd wiggle bottom or the German Shepherd head tilt.
I have to abstain.
I already know you're biased because that dog, actually the German Shepherd there in there doesn't look too different from Luna.
Where is that little shit?
She might be in your room laying down.
Hey, you want to get on camera?
Luna.
Don't huff
What
with
is
the
the chat
pay
doing?
taxes. Get your ass up here. Now, a word from our dog sponsor to make everyone vote for the German Shepherd.
So put a 1 in the chat for wiggle butts and 2 in the chat for head tilts.
Hi, sweet chippy.
I mean,
Right.
who did say no to that?
Brian, do you have the Rumble chat? So we can
Lisa with
see it on screen here. Oh, hey, there we go.
This is both Rumble and YouTube. I'm gonna have to. I don't have the X stream playing, so I don't have an X chat window open to share.
Let me go to the.
Let me rectify that.
You are required to vote too.
Oh,
Vote 2 for Jesus.
All right. Let me put up on the chat.
He just doesn't want to acknowledge what I said. He just shakes his head, looks away from me like a disappointed father.
If I drink this smart water, will it raise my IQ?
No, but it'll definitely lessen your wallet.
Yeah.
And increase the microplastics in my bloodstream.
Yes.
You already
Very
got
much so.
kids. You don't have to worry about that.
oh, that's awesome. That chat went out to both. All right.
Let's see them doggies. Let's look at them doggies. What is the cuteness? See, I'm a little weirded out though by this AI because that shepherd looks that smile looks a little bit too.
No.
It is a little much.
It's like
It is a little
not
much.
Uncanny Valley. It's like here's Uncanny Valley. Here's where that smile is. It's like
Yeah.
extra.
It's actually kind of spot on for Luna.
The head tilt one.
Yeah. Like it's pretty spot on.
Yeah, it really did. It really did a good render for the German.
And here comes all the Germans in the chat saying this is why we're superior or some shit, you know.
I'm surprised I'm surprised Brock hadn't chimed in yet.
No, he had his other superiority complex checked this last weekend and busted the axles on his Jeep.
I heard him bitching about that earlier today.
Oh, that reminds me. Come to find out, so because we're redoing the shower yet again.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that the leaf springs in my truck are dead because I put about 700 pounds in the back of a Tundra, and the ass end was dragging a bit. I'm like, really?
Ooh.
Way to find out.
Are they just a little too crusted, or they just like give up over time?
They just gave up. I mean, it's a 2017, and I wonder if the previous owner really put them through the ringer.
Oof.
As like, because the shocks aren't leaking any fluid, so they don't look like they're bad, but the leaf springs do look kind of pathetic. And when I had all that weight on it, it was flat. You know how they're supposed to bow a little bit? No, they were flat. I'm like, yeah, you're done. No heavy loads for you.
Still get caught sagging across the border like that. That won't pull you over and see what's in there.
I just gotta play mariachi music while I'm dragging the ass behind me, and I'll be good to go.
Ay caramba.
Oh man, he's good to go. Look at him driving Toyota. What the hell's that? Just AI generate the mariachi band. You're good to go. It's anti-white people music, man. No when white people with into that.
Viva la revolution. Dude, I love listening to that. There's a mariachi or like a Hispanic radio station around here. I think it's out of Columbus. And whenever I'm going down through there, like I'll turn it on for at least a few songs because it's just like it's good driving music. Like
I appreciate the beeps and the boops, and that's about it. I don't really get animated over music like most people, unless the song is like extremely funny.
Well, the only vote we've seen so far is mine, which I generated the image, so I have to recuse myself as well.
I don't know. I haven't really seen any of the chats, so
looks like one of our other viewers another mod in there. Frank has voted his cast of 2.
Yes. Good job. Way to vote the way I intended you to.
Must have split the vote. Got any others? We got anything against unsplit the vote?
Mine doesn't count.
Yep. That's all we got today, folks. German Shepherds are superior than the Australian Shepherds when it comes to cuteness and effectiveness. Because I don't see police Aussie Shepherds.
Nope.
No.
Not even the police want that kind of high intensity crack that comes from the the Aussie dog.
Yet they put up with Malinois.
They just kill them with cuteness.
They do.
I mean, all right, we've got just enough time left to get one last something else, something different. This one's all about science.
Ooh, science!
Science.
He blinded me with science.
What do we got?
Well, this one comes from space.com. Appropriately one. Oh, I need to bookmark this one because this might shut up some of the more frequent arguments I hear on Discord about the nature of the damn universe. Because there's so many experts on our Discord on this sort of thing.
I'm not an expert on it, but I will argue.
Yeah. Scientists find the universe is missing matter while watching first radio bursts shine through cosmic fog. Fast radio bursts shine through fog of intergalactic medium, and precisely measuring how the light is shown, we can weigh that fog even when it's too faint to see. Sorry, I'm having some reflux.
Over edification problems?
Maybe. Half the universe's ordinary matter was missing until now. Astronomers have used mysterious but powerful explosions of energy called fast radio bursts, or FRBs, to detect the universe's missing normal matter for the first time. This previously missing stuff isn't dark matter. The mysterious substance accounts for 85% of the material universe but remains invisible because it doesn't interact with light. Instead, it's ordinary matter made out of atoms composed of baryons that does interact with light, but has until now just been too dark to see. Though this puzzle might not quite get as much attention as the dark matter conundrum, at least we know that missing matter is, while the nature of the dark matter is unknown, but its AWOL status has been a frustrating problem for cosmology nonetheless. This missing baryonic matter problem has persisted because it is spread thinly through halos that surround galaxies and in diffuse clouds that drift into space between galaxies. Okay, I'm getting kind of bored here. So, bottom line, their math still doesn't work out, so they still have to make up dark matter to make the math equations work.
So math ain't mathin'.
The math still ain't mathing all.
So just to put this in kind of retard terms, we used radar in space to find these alleged particles that don't react to light but react to radar signals.
Radio signals, yeah.
Yeah, radio signals.
But we didn't send radio signals out. We were detecting. So we were detecting.
We detected them through the background radio signals we were picking up.
Yeah, because there's background radiation, right? Everywhere you are, we have foreground and background radiation, all that stuff. Like we create. Your monitor has radiation. Your phones are radiation. Everything, right? But just like the background of space and just what exists, they were able to see
that thing that Ian Crossland claims to vibe with all the time.
Oh yeah. The background radiation spectrum, yes. Everyone who's watched Timcast IRL when he goes nuts knows about this.
Well, that is all we have for the outline tonight. You guys want to shout anything out before we sign this off and turn the stream keys literally over to AK?
Oh yeah. So what you can do is you can go to Google Maps and really win this one over, and set up a home address to be a ICE deportation holding cell shelter to anywhere you choose. So you can literally have wives be delivered to your location.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily
And the look Cassie is giving you, dude.
There ain't no deportation ICE around here. I'm safe
Uh-huh.
for now. Taco's gonna be missing an F.
We're not saying you should. We're just saying you can.
A moral
Right.
way to make money or be happy.
I do not condone.
Can't do both.
Just ship some cocaine to your senator from a different and addressed it to a different senator, so that way it
Well,
looks like
I'm not sending any white powder anywhere to anybody for any reason. Unless it's pre-baked in a set of cookies and a thank you letter.
All right, guys.
What if you just send cookies and be like, from Vladimir Putin with love to some random senator?
That might be funny, but it
No.
might
The
It'd be
media
Might
would
be
have
funny, but I mean, listen, you're the person who would have the more knowledge in this. I'm pretty sure that violates several federal postal laws. So
baked goods don't count.
No. we deliver baked goods all the time.
Yep.
all right. On that note, guys, we gotta end it out here. I'm Brian, legend producer. Scrapjaw, our great rant maestro. I love it every time you can sit in, and always welcome. Fluffy, Cassie, the stars of the Fluffy Hobo Show on Friday nights. Look forward to seeing whatever it is y'all come up with this Friday. Folks, I have nothing to do with that one. I just push buttons sometimes for them.
Yes.
That being said, I'm going to play our outro. Take it away.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.